Good morning. Before we begin our presentation, I want to introduce our concert choir led by Miss Douglas as they lead us in the national anthem. So if everyone can please stand for the national anthem.
Hey, my name is Colin Stewart, as most of you guys might know, and this is our concert choir. We will be singing one piece for you today entitled Vox Populi by Gidrius Svialanus. The piece opens with a fanfare-like passage that leads to 4 rhythmically contrasting themes in each voice part. The piece is sung in Latin and speaks of human kindness and states where there is unity, there is victory. Enjoy.
Amazing job. Can we give one more round of applause to Miss Douglas and our amazing concert choir? All right. And we got Kurt with us. All right. Good morning. I am Keith Nerby, and I serve as principal of Sun Prairie High School. Each year, we celebrate an alumnus of Sun Prairie who epitomizes what it means to be a Cardinal and to live the Cardinal way. We have many past examples of graduates who have gone on to lead extraordinary lives, give back to the school community, and demonstrate every day what it means to be a part of this great family. Each year, we receive nominations from around our community for the Wall of Success. A committee made up of current and past students, current and past teachers, current students, community members, and parents come together each year to go through all of the nominations and select one recipient. This honor is the highest honor that we can bestow on one of our graduates. And this year, on behalf of the current students and staff, I am proud to invite Mr. John Sheehan to join the Wall of Success. Today, we honor John Sheehan, who, as an alumnus of Sun Prairie High School, embodies the best of what we try to instill in all of our students. Mr. Sheehan has extraordinary history and work as a senior management executive and CEO in numerous healthcare and hospital organizations, which you'll learn more about shortly. However, one of the greatest contributions that Mr. Sheehan has participated in is his desire to give back to his community. To this day, Mr. Sheehan continues to donate and has personally purchased numerous, yes, there's not just one, Kurt the Cardinal mascots. He has not forgotten his love of Sun Prairie and his desire to give back to his school, community, and those who have impacted his life. To the students in this room, one day we hope that you will become, the students in this room will one day become a part of a select group who can call themselves alumni of Sun Prairie High School. Do not take this lightly. The education you receive today will make all the difference in your future. Mr. Sheehan clearly has great skills. However, that isn't what defines him. It's his strong work ethic and his desire to give back. That work ethic went beyond the halls of Sun Prairie High School and followed him as he set off to make his path. As you leave here today, I ask that you remember that Sun Prairie is just the start of what will become. Don't waste it, don't take it for granted, and continue to work towards the greatness that lies within all of you, just like John has done. Thank you. I'm now going to ask Dr. Sarin, our superintendent, to come up and say a few words.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for taking some time to come out of art classes and all of the other classes that you're in today. So I think I want to start by just talking about the legacy of Mr. Sheehan here. So you guys know the name of our mascot, right? The name of our mascot is? Do you know where that name comes from? That's his dad. Yeah, so if you go to the office is actually named after his dad. And his dad was the principal here at the high school for years and years. Highly respected leader, and was a part of what Sun Prairie is today. Those years leading up to what Sun Prairie is today was his dad, Kurt. And so the interesting thing about our Wall of Success honoree today is, yes, there's a legacy element there, but that doesn't take away from the things that he has done in service of other people that make him great and make him worthy of the award today. So yes, he has a legacy tightly coupled with Sun Prairie. And also, he was born out of the system, the very hallways that you have walked in this system. Our Wall of Success honoree was born out of those same hallways. So it's a combination between what you do and the legacy that you provide for the future. Now, if we think about legacy, we think about inspiration, think about dreams of what legacy allows you to think of. Think about your motivation to be able to learn in order to do things in the future. And more than anything else today, and the reason that we have students here is to understand what you can become. And that's why we invite you today. So congratulations on behalf of the Sun Prairie Area School District to Mr. Sheehan and welcoming him to our Wall of Success. Thank you.
Good morning, students, past and present staff, community members, alumni, past Wall of Success honorees, Kurt the Cardinal, friends and family of John, and of course our honoree, John Sheehan. Welcome to the 2019 Sun Prairie High School Wall of Success Assembly. This is an opportunity for our school community to honor a Sun Prairie High School graduate who has achieved distinction in his or her career. We've honored 23 such graduates since the program started in 1996. John Sheehan, our 2019 honoree, graduated from Sun Prairie High School in 1979. He then went on to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, graduated from there, and then went to St. Louis University to earn his master's degree in health care administration. Upon graduation from St. Louis, Mr. Sheehan moved to Colorado to start his career in healthcare administration, a career that has taken him to many different jobs in many different areas of the nation, as well as many different roles in all these different administrations. He started at the bottom and has worked his way up. One of the most recent major accomplishments that you guys would be aware of would be leading and helping facilitate the growth of the American Family Center, UW Health Hospital, down on 151 over there by American Family. Though there have been numerous stops along Mr. Sheehan's journey, there's always been success and growth for the organizations he's worked with. Today, Mr. Sheehan will be talking about his family and how his schooling in Sun Prairie impacted him, some of his lessons that he learned personally and professionally that he hopes will help you as students offer some perspective on his career and other career opportunities in the healthcare for your future. It gives me great pleasure to introduce and congratulate the 24th member of the Sun Prairie High School Wall of Success, Mr. John Sheehan. Congratulations.
Well, Jay was kind enough to give me a tour of the high school here this morning, and wow, you are very, very fortunate to have the facilities, the resources, the staff that you have here at this high school. Obviously, being a graduate in 1979, I was back at the old school, and it's just amazing to walk around here and see the things that are happening both here at this high school and throughout Sun Prairie. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes to listen to me today. I get to speak to groups often about my area of expertise, but this is a little different for me this morning, and in fact can become quite emotional for me given my family's history and my love for this community. So please bear with me as we kind of go through this. But again, thank you for bestowing upon me the Wall of Success honor, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with all of you. It's truly a privilege for me. I appreciate the hard work of the administration, the faculty, and all of you as students here at Sun Prairie High School in your mutual goals of excelling in your educational and extracurricular pursuits. I also want to thank the committee members who selected me for this honor. I am a proud graduate of Sun Prairie High School, and though I've lived a few different places in my life, Sun Prairie has always been considered home. My story begins and ends with my parents, Kurt and Mary Sheehan, and my uncle and aunt, Francis and Joanne Sheehan, who lived here in Sun Prairie. Kurt, a teacher, coach, and principal here at Sun Prairie High School. Mary, a registered nurse, working here in Sun Prairie for the local family medicine physicians, Dr. City, Dr. Nelson, and others. Francis, a coach and science teacher here at Sun Prairie High School, and Joanne, a middle school and math teacher at Sacred Hearts Elementary. These folks lived and worked in this community for decades, having a positive impact on countless people, patients, students, and athletes. For me and others, these folks were outstanding role models, teaching and coaching the importance of family, hard work, community service, lifelong education, and helping others. You see, I believe love is sustained by action, a devotion of things we do for each other each and every day. I believe that Kurt, Mary, Francis, and Joanne exemplified love for the people of Sun Prairie, this high school, and this community. I learned many things from them, but one that sticks out to me is actions speak louder than words. I believe you can only learn about a person's true character by watching their behaviors toward other people around them. We must consistently monitor our own actions to assure they coincide with what we say. Words are easy to throw around, but it takes courage to back those words up with action. Kurt, Mary, Francis, and Joanne carried out good deeds quietly and deliberately that still resonate in Sun Prairie today. All have passed away now, except my mom, who is 95 years old and with us here today, so I'd ask that we all give her a round of applause. There are 6 children in these 2 families who are all graduates of Sun Prairie High School, and I just happen to be the youngest. An executive with a Fortune 500 company, a registered nurse who helped start the cardiac surgery program at St. Luke's Hospital in Milwaukee, a registered nurse and marketing executive for a national medical product supplier, an electrical engineer for a large international computer company, and a senior administrator for the McArdle Cancer Research Center at the University of Wisconsin, who worked with Nobel Prize winners in cancer research. That's a description of my older cousins and siblings, so you see I had a lot to live up to, and my mom and dad didn't let me forget it. But all of those descriptions sound like Wall of Success honorees to me. And so really, I accept this honor today on behalf of Michael, Patricia, Dennis, Margaret, and Elizabeth Sheehan. I've had many fine teachers during my time here at Sun Prairie High School, but I want to mention a couple of them that had a special impact on me and my life. First was Mrs. Lou Bartle, who was my English and literature teacher. I think if you're an avid and diverse reader and can communicate your thoughts clearly in writing, you can do almost anything you want in this world. Mrs. Bartle, in her encouragement and attention to detail around these habits and skills, was an inspiration in this regard. She challenged me to think outside the box and to try new things constantly. I think you call that today getting out of your comfort zone. She was great at that. Second was Mr. George Conham, who spurred my interest in economics, and his creative teaching style and showing how economic theory played out in real life. In my specific example, he taught me about economics and the delivery of healthcare in this country. His class was the starting point of my career in healthcare, in hindsight. I never knew what was going to happen in his classroom. He made learning fun, and he really made us think about the big picture, both in economics and life. So please remember to thank your teachers for their hard work and support. I graduated here 40 years ago, so I'm definitely old school. And I'm not sure my experience is relevant to yours, especially after walking around a little bit this morning. I was not the best student in my class by far, and I spent most of my time focused on sports, namely basketball, and hanging out with my friends, Gumby, Monty Tau, Big Do, Escher, and Loiter. I was Scooter. The experience of high school can be a struggle at times, but my advice is to embrace it all, the good and the bad, and have faith in yourself. Forgive yourself when you make a mistake and get right back into the game. Resiliency is a skill you can start learning now in high school, and it will be even more important as you face different and difficult challenges down the road. Unfortunately, the bottom line, the hard truth is that responsibility for success is on you. And so is the responsibility on you for creating meaning in your life out of life's disappointments. I had a unique experience in high school in that my dad was also the principal when I was going here. And I have many stories to share about that, but we'll share just one. So one day I was late to school, and not for a good reason. My first class was physics, led by Mr. Wienendahl, a fine, venerable teacher here. I was about 5 minutes late. My first class, shortly after I arrived in class, Mrs. Anderson from administration knocked on the door, gave a note to Mr. Wienendahl, who chose to announce that I needed to go to the principal's office. Now, some of my classmates gasped, some laughed. I was thinking about, how did he know I was late? And aren't there bigger fish to fry in a school of 1,600 students? But somehow he knew, and I made my way to the principal's office. When I got to the office, Mrs. Anderson made me take a seat out in the outer area where I could tell the assistant principals were having a lot of fun, getting a kick out of seeing me in trouble. Now, I knew my dad was deliberately having me wait and cool my heels in the outer office area. He was trying to get into my head before I walked in there. Finally, the door opened to my dad's office, and he ushered me in. This was my first experience with a standing meeting. So he didn't offer me a chair. We sat in the middle of the office, staring face to face. Of course, I tried to blame my mom for being late, but quickly he shut that down and asked me to just pay attention and listen. Now, my dad was a man of few words, and he liked the sports lingo, but here's what basically he wanted to teach me that morning. John, you must respect all people, especially your teammates, classmates, coaches, and teammates. By being late this morning, you were disrespecting Mr. Wienendahl, who had worked hard to prepare the lesson for the day, and your classmates who were there on time, prepared to learn. Respect for people around you is the foundation to achieving anything you want to accomplish individually or as part of a team, now and in the future. Second, John, you must respect the fundamentals. You can't be great at the big things in life until you master all the little things. Be prepared, great study habits. Practice makes perfect. Be on time and be present. John, self-discipline is an important part of a student's life, now and forever. And I hope you understand that now, and this is my expectation for you going forward. Please return to class. Now, I have to admit, at the time, I'm not sure all that sunk in. I just know that I was never late to class again. But I can say that my dad was right, and I think respect for people, teamwork, and respecting the responsibilities have been part of the ingredients for any professional or personal success I have had beyond high school. So, on behalf of the real Kurt the Cardinal, I ask you to remember these things and that self-discipline is an important part of a student's life, now and forever. Looking ahead beyond high school, I think you should consider a career in education or healthcare. These are the fields where you can truly make a difference in people's lives. I am not a clinician, I am not a physician or a nurse, but I help support the people around me, give great care to our patients, and that truly gives me a purpose and tremendous satisfaction. And you will find, again, if you respect people, if you treat them well, they will do just about anything for you to support you. We truly need great people in the fields of education and healthcare if we want to be a great society, and I encourage all of you as students today to consider them. My career has been in healthcare administration, and I have been fortunate to be part of some leading healthcare organizations, either as a member of the team or a leader of the team. My claim to fame, as mentioned earlier around here, was building and leading the UW Health at the American Center Hospital and Clinics and the UW Health Rehabilitation Hospital on the doorstep of Sun Prairie in 2015. I like to think of the American Center as Sun Prairie's hospital. That was one of the reasons why I came back to do it. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to utilize all I had learned over the years and build an organization from scratch. And it all started here at Sun Prairie High School. I want to thank all the great people at UW Health who supported me in that effort, and I also want to thank Nancy Everson, Carol Smithson, Mayor Paul Esser, Aaron Oppenheimer, and Jeff Gauger, who helped me reconnect with Sun Prairie. Because of our changing demographics in our country and the growing demand for healthcare services, there are and will be tremendous opportunities across the complete spectrum of jobs in healthcare. Jobs that require a high school diploma all the way up to the highest possible degrees and everything in between. We have been impacted tremendously in healthcare by technology, so there are needs now for engineers, computer scientists, information technology technicians, and data analysts. Right now in my organization at Unity Point Health, there are literally thousands of jobs available across this spectrum waiting for a qualified candidate. In a recent survey of Wisconsin healthcare executives, workforce shortages were cited as the biggest threat to providing high-quality healthcare in this state. In September of this year, the retail giant Walmart announced they will be adding education benefits to prepare its workforce not for jobs in their stores, but for the next generation of healthcare jobs. This means that Walmart's 1.5 million employees can apply for this education for just $1 per day. Walmart will offer 7 bachelor's degrees and 2 career diplomas in health-related fields, all of which will help them fill jobs in their pharmacies, vision centers, audiology centers, and primary care locations. I use that Walmart example because I would never have imagined that they would be in the healthcare business back in 1985 when I started my career in healthcare. These types of jobs will continue to evolve and create even more job opportunities and the opportunity to give back to countless patients and countless communities across the United States. So please consider a career in healthcare. I got started by taking a part-time job as a certified nursing assistant in a local nursing home while going to school. There are many ways to get started now by talking to your advisors, your teachers, people around you that are in the healthcare field. Ask Nancy Everson, she'll help you, I know that. I'm happy to speak with you about this as well later today or in the future. Feel free to call upon me as a fellow Sun Prairie High School graduate. So, best wishes to all of you. Thank you again for this honor. I truly appreciate the opportunity to be here today and spend some time with you later, and happy to answer any questions during those sessions about my field and my career and what I've learned over the years. So again, good luck and go Cardinals.
Hello, my name is Emma Bryant, and on behalf of the Sun Prairie Cardinals, I'm the student council president, so I got the job of presenting some of the gifts that we have for Mr. Sheehan. So the first thing that we have for you is one of our Cardinal blankets that we sell at the school store.
Awesome, thank you. Very good. I need that when the polar vortex comes.
And then if you can see the Wall of Success, which is up by the library, we have Mr. Sheehan's here. And then we have a smaller copy for you to have in memory.
Thank you very much.
Looks so big when it's right in front of you. I want to thank Mr. Sheehan once again for all the contributions and for just being a great role model and example for all of us who are part of Sun Prairie High School and part of the community. So thank you again. I want to thank his family who is here with us, mother. I want to thank Mayor Esser, our other former teachers and colleagues who are here, and everyone for joining us today to honor Mr. Sheehan and his contributions. So just before we go and dismiss, I just want to also acknowledge Miss Andrea Meja, who set this all up and really is the key to pulling this all together. So thank you. Once again, students, I hope you heard some valuable lessons as you walk these halls and what the future holds. And so just remember that you control a lot of that destiny. And so we wish you all the best. And once again, thank you, Mr. Sheehan, for everything. Thank you.